All right, I would like to call to order the December 10th, 2025 meeting of the Manhattan Beach Planning Commission. For participants of the meeting on Zoom, including applicants and members of the public, we will mute your microphone until we call on you to speak. When you are speaking, please silence any audio on your device to avoid feedback. Furthermore, since not all participants are attending via video, please always announce your name prior to speaking so that the audio participants can follow who is speaking. Commissioner Tokashiki, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready? Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May we have roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Tokashiki?
Here.
Commissioner Sistos?
Here.
Commissioner Ngoko?
Here.
Vice Chair Hackett?
Here.
Chair Delavu? Chair Delavu is absent today.
Thank you. Next is the approval of the agenda for today's meeting. This is the time for the Planning Commission to notify the public of any changes to the agenda. Commissioners, are there any questions or changes?
No.
None. Is there a motion to approve? We have a motion from Commissioner Ngoko and a second from Commissioner Sistos.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. This is the time for public comments. Members of the public may speak on any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Planning Commission that is not on the agenda. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes, and there will be a timer on the screen. Is there anyone who wishes to speak? Are there any individuals who wish to speak on Zoom?
We don't have any participants on Zoom at this time.
Okay. Thank you. Next is the approval of the minutes for the October 22nd, 2025 meeting. Commissioners, are there any comments or questions on those minutes? None. Is there a motion to approve? I have a motion from Commissioner Sistos and a second from Commissioner Ngoko.
Motion passes 3-0-1 with a recuse from Commissioner Tokashiki.
Thank you. The next item is the Planning Commission's consideration of a master use permit amendment to allow the on-site sale and service of distilled spirits in addition to the existing beer and wine sales and service in conjunction with food service at any eating and drinking establishment located or at an eating and drinking establishment located at 1131 Manhattan Avenue and associated environmental determination finding. The project is exempt from further review pursuant to CEQA. Before I request a report from city staff, I would like to ask any commissioners have had any ex parte communications to disclose related to this item. Ex parte communications would include meeting with the applicant, appellant, or other interested parties to hear about the project or concerns, and if commissioners have visited the project site.
I have not.
I have not.
I have none.
All right, neither have I. May we have a staff report?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Vice Chair Hackett. Adam Feinstein, Planning Manager here. I'd like to introduce Associate Planner Justin Urbanski. He'll be making the presentation this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Planning Commission. My name is Justin Urbanski, and I'm the Associate Planner that's going to be presenting this Master Use Permit Amendment at 1131 Manhattan Avenue. So this application was first applied for on October 21st of this year by applicant Jesse Feldman for a Master Use Permit Amendment requesting an upgrade to a Type 47 alcohol license from the existing Type 41 alcohol license. 1131 Manhattan Avenue is part of a larger property with a commercial building containing 5 commercial tenant spaces. 4 of these tenant spaces are currently operating as eating and drinking establishments, and 1 is currently operating as a retail use. Here's the vicinity map. In red, you can see the subject tenant space that is highlighted, and to the east of the property is Manhattan Avenue, and to the south is Manhattan Beach Boulevard. The subject tenant space is on a corner as it fronts both Manhattan Avenue and an alley. The subject property and its tenant spaces are governed by Resolution number 5175. The resolution, which was approved in 1995, contains a master use permit, a coastal development permit, and a sign appeal, which is now known as a sign exception. The master use permit allowed the sale and service of beer and wine in conjunction with food service at 3 of the 5 tenant spaces, which are 133 Manhattan Beach Boulevard, 1127 Manhattan Avenue, and 1131 Manhattan Avenue. This resolution was first amended in 1997 to allow for beer and wine sales in conjunction with food service at a 4th tenant space, 1129 Manhattan Avenue. Resolution number 5175 was amended a second time in 2019 to allow for the full on-site sale and service of alcohol in conjunction with food service at 1129 Manhattan Avenue. The resolution was again amended in 2020, and this time it was amended to allow for the full on-site sale and service of alcohol in conjunction with food service at the subject tenant space. Despite the approval of the master use permit amendment allowing full alcohol sales and service, the applicant never utilized the full approved application or applied for the Type 47 ABC license, so it lapsed 2 years after approval. And finally, the most recent amendment to this existing master use permit was in 2024, when it was amended to allow for the full on-site sale and service of alcohol at a neighboring tenant space, 1127 Manhattan Avenue. So the site is a 6,732 square foot parcel with an existing 6,650 square foot commercial building, and it's located in the downtown commercial zone, or CD for short, with the general plan designation of downtown commercial. It's located in Area District 3 and is in the appealable coastal zone, although there's no coastal development permit that's part of this application. And it's surrounded by other CD zone properties on all sides. So this master use permit amendment application was reviewed for compliance with governing regulations applicable to the site, including the city's general plan, the city's local coastal program, and the city's downtown design guidelines. The master use permit amendment request before you is a request to upgrade an existing Type 41 alcohol license to a Type 47 alcohol license. The existing Type 41 alcohol license only allows for the on-site sale and service of beer and wine in conjunction with an eating establishment. The requested Type 47 alcohol license would allow for the on-site sale and service of distilled spirits in addition to beer and wine. There are no changes to the interior layout or exterior design of the building that are proposed as part of this application. New exterior signage will be added under a separate permit, which will be reviewed by city staff. The applicant is not proposing any changes to the tenant space, which is 1,500 square feet, or the building floor area. The existing allowable operating hours are also proposed to remain the same. The only change is the alcohol license, which would change from a Type 41 to a Type 47 to allow for the on-site sale and service of distilled spirits. Here is the site plan. You can see the property is located just west of Manhattan Avenue, and the subject tenant space is on the corner of the alley and Manhattan Avenue. The little black boxes that you see are actually new trash enclosures that were added a few years ago to the tenant space. The site plan also shows the location of the 4 other tenant spaces that are located within the building. I'm not sure if I have don't know if you can see. Well, it's all of these. It's not showing very well, but these are the 5 tenant spaces. So there are no plans to change any of the existing floor plan that was previously approved. The dining area is located at the front of the tenant space. There's also a bar, and the kitchen and a small office are located at the rear. There are no proposed changes to the exterior of the building, and the finishes will remain the same with the exception of a new sign. The application complies with General Plan Land Use Regulations 6 and 7, as the project would support the opening of Coucou, a new eating and drinking establishment that would serve both Manhattan Beach residents and visitors. The downtown area has a diverse mix of businesses, and Coucou would be complementary to those uses. This application request requires a master use permit amendment and alcohol license amendment. The request is in compliance with these LCP regulations. The existing exterior facade is also in compliance with the city's downtown design guidelines. In order to approve a master use permit amendment, certain findings must be made. To summarize those findings discussed in the staff report, approval of a new alcohol license is permitted, subject to approval by the Planning Commission via a use permit, or in this case, a master use permit amendment. The project is not detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare, and the master use permit amendment will comply with all governing regulations in the city's LCP. The project, as proposed and conditioned, will not have adverse impacts to surrounding properties. As part of this application, the Building and Safety Division, as well as the Public Works, Police, and Finance Departments have reviewed this request. I would like to highlight 2 points of note from the Police and Finance Departments. So first, I obtained a police records report containing calls to service for the tenant space from January 1st, 2022 through November of this year, and there was 1 call to service for an alcohol-related incident, so there are no police concerns about this application. And second, pursuant to the existing master use permit governing the site, businesses operating in the subject tenant space are required to maintain 2 off-site parking spaces within 1,000 feet of the property via permits with the city's downtown parking program. However, the 2 existing parking permits have expired, so the applicant is currently working with the Finance Department to reapply for those permits. There are no proposed changes to the conditions of approval described in the existing governing master use permit approved under Resolution Number 5175. The project will also comply with all regulations required by the Department of Alcohol and Beverage Control. If any conflicts exist between conditions contained in the ABC license and those contained in this master use permit amendment, the more stringent conditions shall apply. City staff have reviewed the application for compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, also known as CEQA. The project qualifies for a categorical exemption under Section 15301, Existing Facilities, which allows for expansions of existing uses, such as an alcohol license upgrade. Since the project is exempt, no further environmental review is necessary. Public notices for this application were mailed and posted at least 10 calendar days prior to today's public hearing, and the public notices were also published in the Beach Reporter and at City Hall. No public comments have been received. The project as proposed meets all required findings. Staff's recommendation is for the Planning Commission to conduct the public hearing, adopt the resolution approving the project subject to conditions, and find the project categorically exempt from CEQA. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions, and the applicant is also here. Thank you.
Do any commissioners have any questions of staff at this time?
think this is fairly straightforward. I don't have any specific questions, but one thing I would like to clarify is while we are doing this master use permit amendment, does it make sense to consider the 1127 Manhattan and the 133 Manhattan Beach Boulevard so that if they wouldn't have to come forward again for the same thing, right? And it may be that we have to take them each individual address by address, which is fine, but just for the sake of efficiency, if 133 came through, if 1127 came through, we'd have this meeting again 2 more times.
Yep, so because that wasn't part of the applicant's request and it's not something that was included in the materials that were provided and noticed, it's not that we wouldn't be able to do that at this time.
Okay, so maybe going forward, if it's something where we know there are 5, units affected, that perhaps we look at it on a broader scale, just to make it more efficient for everyone's time, if we could make those adjustments.
Sure.
Just
We
a
can
suggestion.
work with property owners at that point, and next time we see an application for a multi-tenant building like this.
And it could be that they wouldn't use it, but at least the master use piece would be there, and then they'd have to go through the ABC license. I mean, you'd have to go through all the other pieces, but at least that part would be already done on our side. But that's my only comment.
I do have a quick question just related to the previous one. I recognize that use permits can sometimes expire, but 1131, the previous tenant had gotten the full liquor license. They never acted on it, or was that they never got the ABC license through like the California Licensing Board to do it? Because it is kind of curious to me that even though they never acted on it, that they aren't able to benefit from the previous amendment to the use permit.
Right. Thank you for that question. So the existing resolution that was approved by City Council in 2020, allowing for that type 47 license, it was never implemented. So the applicant never applied for the ABC license, nor did they ever serve distilled spirits. So because that resolution had essentially a shelf life of 2 years where the applicant had to act on the resolution and implement it, and that was never done, so it did expire after 2 years.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, if they were to have acted on it, have it, and then this new group came in, it sort of like passes with the space, and then if they weren't to use it for 2 years, is this something that kind of always has to be reissued if there's ever a lull and one tenant doesn't use it?
That's correct. If you don't utilize or if you abandon your use that's been authorized through the use permit, then that use, the allowance for that use is vacated.
Oh, okay.
So that's just the way a use permit works.
Yeah.
Gives you authorization, and once that's abandoned for a certain period of time, it becomes unpermitted use.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Any other questions?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, I will now open the public hearing. Are there any members of the audience who wish to speak on this item? As a reminder, speakers should be registered with the speaker host. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes, and there will be a timer on the screen. Is there anyone who wishes to speak? Can I stay here? Please come up to the podium. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Haley Feldman. I'm one of the co-owners and founders of Coucou. My partner and I are a husband and wife small business team. We currently operate 2 other locations, one in Venice and West Hollywood, and we are well-respected business owners in those communities, have never had any complaints. Alcohol signature cocktails complement our food offerings. We're a French-inspired concept, and we look forward to being a part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other participants? Any speakers on Zoom?
We don't have any speakers on Zoom.
Okay. All right. I will now close the public hearing then. Now is the time for commissioner deliberations, unless, did we have any questions of the applicant? I guess I should have asked. None? All right.
No.
All right. Any commentary from my fellow commissioners?
No. Pretty straightforward.
Oh, yes.
I think all the same arguments for approving this still hold. The only thing that's changed is the new operator, and I feel fairly confident that they will be a wonderful addition to the business community here in Manhattan Beach. So I'm generally in support of this.
Yes. We've had many of these discussions, and I think for the sake of consistency and to offer, all businesses the same opportunity to succeed in our community, it makes sense for us to continue to be consistent. And we look forward to welcoming you to Manhattan Beach.
Yeah. And I'll just add, thank you to the staff and the applicant for, I think it's great that you guys are working with the existing design. I think it allows that space to sort of be reinvigorated again, not have a empty box for too long. It's also a fantastically designed space, so obviously that helps, but I think it's great everyone sort of worked together, it sounds like, to move this along in a timely manner. All right. I think we're ready to make a decision. Do we have a motion? And a second, or we have a motion from Commissioner Ngoko. And a second from Commissioner Sistos. Oh, I guess I should have okay. Should we read the motion? When you make the motion, do you have to state it for the record? Like the full motion? Okay. Am I doing that, or is the person who made the motion doing that?
If the motion is simply to approve staff's recommendation, you can just state that.
Okay. The motion to approve staff's recommendation by Commissioner Ngoko and a second by Commissioner Sistos.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. Are there any planning commission items? Do any of the commissioners have anything they wish to bring? All right. Do we have a tentative agenda for December 24th?
Real quick, Vice Chair Hackett, I think you skipped my director and staff update, so I was going to give you a little bit of information there. I know we're getting, you're itching for Christmas, right? So first, I would like to introduce our new administrative assistant, Lauren Bradley. She's back here. She'll be taking over the recording secretary duties as she gets up to speed. So you'll be seeing her in here in the future. She's been a great addition. We're excited to have her. A couple of other items I just wanted to provide an update on. I don't recall if I mentioned this and when exactly these came in, but we do have building plans for Scout House that have been submitted.
All right.
They are under review. I believe we provided comments on that to the design team. So they've gone through a first round of review there. And then a couple of items on our code amendment work that has been done in the recent past. Both the accessory structure rear yard setbacks and the outdoor dining code amendments were approved by council at various meetings since we last met. I think the outdoor dining was just approved as a second reading last week, so it'll go into effect outside of the coastal zone in January, and it'll go into effect in the coastal zone once the Coastal Commission greenlights it. So we don't have a timeline on that just yet, but we'll keep you posted there. The accessory structure setback, I believe second reading on that was in second meeting in November for City Council. So that means it'll go into effect around middle of this month. So another week or two. And then actually that covers it. Those are the updates I have. Thank you.
Right.
And
Thank you. I
do you want me to
apologize.
That's all right.
For running away.
To tell you also now that we don't have an agenda for the 24th, so we will be likely sending out a cancellation notice for that very shortly. And so our next regularly scheduled meeting would be on the 6th of, I'm sorry, not the 6th, the 4th. It would be the 14th of January.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. May I have a motion to adjourn to the next regularly scheduled meeting on January 14th, 2026?
Actually, then we adjourn to the 24th.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we will,
Okay.
be sending out cancellation
A
notice.
motion to adjourn to the next regularly scheduled meeting of December 24th, 2025. I have a motion to adjourn from Commissioner Ngoko and a second from Commissioner Sistos.
Motion passes 4-0. We are adjourned.
Thank you.